Hello, guys. Okay, welcome to the Witness Without Identity, guys. Today, as I've told you, I told you that many times that we talk about sometimes difficult topic, the topic of Meghan Markle. We want to talk about it again. Here is Piers Morgan having an interview with Jeb. What's his name? The younger, the Bush nephews. I forgot his name. He's having an interview with like what's it, Billy Bush. Yeah, Billy Bush, which is a guy that has that was with the on the tape with Donald Trump about when Trump was saying, "Oh, I want to grab women by the whatever." So Billy Bush is having an interview with Piers Morgan, and here's Piers Morgan spilling the beans about what he thinks, all everything. So I want to let you guys know what I think, the best things I think. I believe that, as I told you, this channel is about we are witnessing the news without our identity, right? Our identity is toxic. It's not good. So we want to be able to look at everything without identity. And anyway, we are not our identity. So it's kind of like a meditative way, a spiritual way to look at the world and to deal with this world. You don't want to move around with your identity on every issue, but there is some, but that's not the way you want to start in a conversation. You want to start neutral and you want to hear the conversation, then you want to take a side. And the side that you're going to take is going to be well defined because your mind's going to be clear. So here we're going to try to hear Piers Morgan, his version of the news. Okay.
Wow. Where do we begin? You are so fascinating. You are so riveting, and yet you're canceled. Or are you?
Well, cancelled is the loose form, isn't it? There's been an attempt to cancel me. There have been many attempts like this before, and somehow I remain resolutely uncancelled. But it certainly was a very explosive time in my career, and it led to me leaving a show that I love doing for reasons which I still find quite baffling, because in the end, I was required to apologise for disbelieving Meghan Markle, who I don't believe. And I believe, which is ironic, that you should be entitled not to believe somebody if you don't want to.
Since you left the show, were you disappointed that not enough people reached out publicly or spoke up in support of you publicly? And did they do so privately, such as co-hosts?
No, I had a lot of support privately from a lot of people, a lot of support publicly from well-known people, most notably Sharon Osbourne. But look at what happened to Sharon on the talk for defending me and my right to have an opinion, even though she made it clear that she didn't agree with everything I was saying. She was then targeted by Cheryl Underwood on the talk, and she was accused of supporting someone who had said racist things.
But I think something happened there. This is important. I think something happened there that happens often. That the powers that be get a reason to do something that they've wanted to do for a while. Like with Sharon Osbourne, they feel that she was a loose cannon, allegedly, used the term wonton to describe a former Asian, partner, used the term ghetto with another one, and that there was just a history there that they wanted to clean house with her, and they had the opportunity with you. Same sort of thing happened with Megyn Kelly at NBC. It wasn't the blackface question she asked. That wasn't the reason. A month earlier, she put out an email calling her boss a liar. He had a score to settle with her. The ratings weren't there. The money was too much. There's a lot of other reasons. But what we see a lot is people getting that excuse. There's the Piers Morgan thing. Bam, now we can move. Do you think that happened?
I can only base it on what CBS said in their statement. They only referred to specifically what happened on the talk on that day, March the 10th, 2 days after I had gone from Good Morning Britain. In fact, the next day. And they only said it was Sharon's behaviour on that show. Now, why was Sharon upset? She was upset because Sharon Underwood was calling me a racist, and she had no evidence to support this.
Guys, I think I hate to say this, and I know some people might not agree with me. When they asked Cheryl Underwood about what are the receipts that prove that Piers Morgan is a racist, Cheryl Underwood did not bring the receipt. She did not have it. Nobody had the great receipt. Racism is something when you go after somebody's race because they are people of color. That's a racist. This is the way you can cure the situation with Piers Morgan. This is the way you can cure it. This is the way you can know that Piers Morgan is not a racist. I'm not saying he's a good person. I think he's worse than a racist. I think Piers Morgan is worse. But I'm going to tell you why he's not a racist. I don't think the issue of Piers Morgan is racism. I think he has worse issue than that. But I'm going to tell you what I think. The reason why Piers Morgan is probably not a racist is because if there was a black woman, right, that probably was darker than Meghan Markle, like a very pure black woman, right? I mean, or maybe let's say there was a different Meghan Markle, the same color, okay, light skin, whatever, we don't care. All the shades are black. So you got another black woman, and then that black woman was fighting for the monarchy. And then Prince Harry wanted to leave the monarchy, and Prince Harry wanted to go to California, right? And that princess was saying, no, the monarchy is the greatest. This is the greatest monarchy ever. I want to stay in England. I want to serve the monarchy. I love the job that I'm doing. Let's say that was that Meghan Markle. Who in the world believed that Piers Morgan would wake up in the Good Morning Britain and say that, oh no, she's horrible. This is a black... Of course not. Of course not. We are smart enough to know that. He wouldn't. The problem with Piers Morgan, it's all about the monarchy. It's all about the monarchy. Just keep saying good things about the monarchy, then you good. That's it. So that's what Piers Morgan is. It's not a question of like, it's not a question of like racism. It's a question of like, he's too much deep into that monarchy or whatever. The king, the warrior kingship, all that BS that has no value to mankind. I mean, to me, I don't see this thing as anything. It's like it oppresses. It is a system of oppression that started with it, and this whole thing of aristocracy and the division of classes. It's very bad for society. People think they are better than others, and it creates something very bad. It's not a good thing for society to have that kind of like belief that there are people that are above them. And you, as you have seen, we do not do that with politicians. We do not see them as kings and princes and kings. We don't see them like that. We see them as regular human beings, and that's the way. I mean, I have to be careful. Not all the time, because sometimes there's a tendency to treat even a president as a king, but it's not good to do that. Everybody should be treated as a human being, and a lot of time what this kind of freaking monarchy and all that stuff creates, it makes people think that they are better than others. I mean, there's a show that they had about the monarchy. I mean, I would suggest people. I'm going to come back on another show and tell you about that show. That show was fascinating. They were talking about how that you're supposed to eat when you're a prince or a king, how you're supposed to sit, how you're supposed the etiquette of a king. It's overwhelming. I mean, I don't think I could make it in that world, guys. I don't think I could ever make it in that world. It's too rough for me. Like, they're watching everything. One day, Meghan Markle, I think she closed the door of her car, and they had a show about that. They talk about that. Oh, you close the door of your car. You're not supposed to close the door of your car. You're a princess. It's like, come on, man. Like, leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? Those things can drive you crazy, especially you're a girl from the United States. She's an American. Americans are very like, they don't play that kind of game. Like that's the way we are. So I think that's what's going on with this situation. It's not a question of like Piers is a racist. I think Piers believe in the monarchy or all those princes or kings and queens cannot do no wrong, and that is wrong to be like that. He said that there's not one racist born in the king. Are you kidding me, Piers? He said there's no racist. There's no racism in the no, but. You see, but when somebody say there's no racism in a group of people, that doesn't mean they are racist. They are naive. He believes, he's very naive. He thinks like there's no racism in the monarchy, and I think he really believes that. But me, I know that from far away. That of course there's racism pills in the monarchy, So that's what I want to talk about. Please subscribe to my channel, and we talk about it more. I'm gonna have another video about the other. I'm going to continue with this video, and it's going to be a part 2. Okay, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.